Good morning. This is Kathy for Getting Chatty with Kathy, and I want to thank you all for joining us today. I have such an artistic friend here in the shop today to talk to us. Erin Brousseau. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, you know what? Since the minute I met you, knew that we could have many, many good conversations.
Absolutely.
So let's take it back. How did we meet? It was about 2 years ago at the Cornwall.
Yeah, we were at a market together.
Yeah, you were selling your beautiful, beautiful honey pots.
Yes, my pottery.
Oh my God, it was so pretty. And I was hustling my Sask merch, and we just started talking, and I was like, you are an interesting person. And I added you to all my social, and ever since then I've been kind of following what you're doing. And I love what you do. You bring a different light to Regina that I think we need more of. So why don't we start with what brought you to Regina?
What brought me to Regina? I actually moved here to help open a hair salon.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm actually a hairstylist by trade. It's my day job.
And what's the name of the hair salon?
The salon is called Salon Society.
Okay.
Yeah, we're located Rose and 8th in Regina in the Warehouse District. It's super cute.
Beautiful, tons of plants in there. It's gorgeous. The light.
Yes, beautiful lighting.
So did you guys build that, or was it already existing?
It's a rental place.
didn't know
and then
that.
it was it's a big warehouse.
Beautiful.
It's over 125 years old. And it's just big brick walls, wide open space. Like the room in there is incredible.
Good for your energy,
Yeah.
I bet.
Oh my gosh, it's absolutely amazing.
Okay, so you came here from where?
Technically from Vancouver.
Okay.
I'm a Northern BC boy.
Northern BC.
Grew up in Terrace, BC, which is in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know it.
It's a little logging fishing community. I would say, like, as the crow flies, up near Alaska. Like,
Really?
Not
Like,
far
super
from.
far.
Yeah. It's just as a general reference.
Wow. So did you see the salmons do their thing and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I grew up on the Skinny River, which is one of the best salmon fishing in the world. So, yeah, it's amazing.
Cool. So you were in the BC area. I'm assuming you weren't doing hair there anymore.
No, I moved from Terrace to Vancouver when I was 20 to pursue my career in hair.
You knew right from the beginning?
No. No, not at all. I was actually working in the health health industry. I was working as a care aide.
Okay.
And so I was working with Doug.
That's like a huge industry, man, especially with the aging demographics.
Oh my
and
gosh,
stuff.
yeah.
So that's where you started.
Yeah, so I was working with developmentally delayed youth and adults.
Oh my
and
goodness.
it was a very fulfilling, very
Imagine.
fun job. However, it wasn't my passion. It wasn't what I wanted to do.
Right.
So after a couple sit downs in my hairstylist, in my hairstylist's chair while I was getting my hair cut, she always said oh, I think you'd be good at hair. You should do hair. And I kind of at one point was like, well, if I'm not happy with what I'm doing, why not try something new? I'm 20. I got lots of time to figure it out.
Totally.
So
Brave of you, though.
she convinced me to move to Vancouver and go to hair school. And from day one, I was hooked.
You knew it was right?
Hooked. Yeah. Loved it.
So what is it that you love about it?
I love that I get to make a difference in people's lives every day. A good haircut makes your whole life better. A bad haircut ruins your day.
You're
Ruins
right.
everything. It's the accessory you can't take off. And if you don't have good hair, you don't feel good about yourself.
Plus, I also think from my experience with my hairdressers, you guys are a little bit like a counselor, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I tell my hairdresser everything about my day, my kids, what's going on. And it's every 6 weeks we have a little update together. You're more than just
It's true.
styling.
Yeah, I love that I get to have such a big effect on people's lives, and I love doing big transformations, and I've been doing it for almost 15 years now.
Wow.
So it's time flies when you're having fun.
It does.
Yeah.
And so you were doing this in Vancouver. They're you are wonderful. You love it.
Yeah.
You worked there for, I'm assuming, a while.
Almost 9-10 years.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
you spent a decade doing hair in Vancouver.
Yeah.
That would have been a cool environment to do hair. I imagine there could have been some interesting people.
It was a really great place to learn. That's for sure, because there's just so many demographics of people.
Yeah.
And so many people there that there's a never ending stream of clientele.
What was your kind of niche? Was it
I always did vivid colors.
Vivid?
Vivid, magical, unicorn, over the top, obnoxious. Yeah, but then
Fun.
as my career progressed, I sort of have come sort of to refine my skills a little more and just sort of, and also like being 15 years in, I've raised my price since day one.
I bet.
So now I feel like my clientele is more
sophisticated. They've grown with you.
So it's sort of like the people who can afford the fun colors don't want the fun colors, and then the people who want them can't afford them. So, but the nice thing at the salon, we have all levels of stylists, so we can accommodate people who have lower budget, higher budget, that sort of thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you came here, opened up the salon. So how many years have you been here now?
I've been in Regina for 7 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you came, you're like, let's open the shop, and you're a sucker for punishment, obviously, because you were like, this isn't enough to be a really successful hairdresser. I'm going to, on top of that, create a whole nother business.
Yes.
Okay, so could you tell us about your pottery? Because it's stunning.
Yes.
I have to plug it. I sell it in my gift boxes. They are stunning. Here, you put gold leaf on it. And the new ones that you're doing now with like the 3 different color with the... Oh my gosh, I see that and I'm like, I want my whole like plates, cups, like bowls, the whole bit. Though you have an eye.
Yeah, thank you. I've always said like I'm an artist at heart through and through. Hair is just another a medium that I use to display my art. And then so I've always been interested. I do watercolor, I do oil painting, I do acrylic. Like I really just. I kind of do every medium that I can get my hands on. I've never had access to a pottery studio before. And then just after the world shut down.
What an influential year that was for so many people.
It was, it's wild. I travel a lot. And so I'm not usually around to pick up more hobbies.
Right.
A lot of my friends say that I actually collect hobbies as a hobby. So I wasn't able to go traveling, and I reached out to a studio in town here who was doing little one-on-one classes. And I said, hey, I want to do this. Can I come for my birthday party and have a little group of like 4 people? We'll social distance. We'll all wear a mask.
We'll be safe.
Do all the things. And it was it was Silk Studio we went to.
Oh, it's closed.
It's closed now, unfortunately.
It was
yes.
wonderful.
Yeah. So Jay at Silk taught me my very first class. And he encouraged me to actually take a box of clay home and work on it and just dabble, do a little, hand building, little coil sculptures. And then I brought them back and he fired them. And literally from then I was just hooked again. It doesn't take much.
Okay, can I say full disclosure? I might have a potter's wheel in my shower, my walk-in shower downstairs, because I got hooked too.
Yeah.
It's like creating something out of mud.
Literally mud. Yeah, literally mud.
And before doing it, I didn't realize that there was like the trimming and all the different decals and like the colors. And when I saw yours, you had it mastered.
Oh, thank you. So I think we met, honestly, about 2 years into my journey. And so I had thrown myself like full force, 40 plus hours a week right away because I was like, I need to learn this. Because to be honest, it's hard.
Well, and you have this in your garage, you were telling me before.
Yes.
And you got yourself like kiln even.
Yes. So that was sort of
That's a dedication. Like, you're a potter if you buy a kiln.
Yes, that was a little bit of a forced move because Silk was unfortunately closing. So the studio space that I was working in full time had sort of announced that they were shutting down.
You needed something.
And so I kind of sat there and thought, well, do I continue my passion and invest in a wheel and a kiln and the works
Big
and
investment.
Create a whole studio? And I bought some pieces from Silt as they closed down and started my own little home style studio, and I have just been loving it ever since.
So do you think you're now more of a homebody?
Very much so.
And is it because you enjoy doing your pottery?
I do, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I really do. Like, my job at work is social. My hair job is so social. Talk all day. And I do 12-hour days. Oh, so, I can do...
Exhausting.
It is. I love my job, but, man, I go home, I want to just turn the music down.
May I ask, why the 12-hour days? Is that so that you just are in there for 3 days a week or something?
Yes, so I do a condensed week. So that I have more time to do pottery.
Smart.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, so I work Monday through Wednesday at the salon. And then I go and I do Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday in the pottery studio, but I do markets on the weekends.
You hustle it then too on top of that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so much fun.
You know, the thing about the marketing is, no, not marketing, sorry, market.
Yes.
Is it's a little community, like, and you get to recognize your people that you know that are doing the markets with you.
Yeah.
And it's not just the sales, it's seriously like a community.
It is. Yeah, it
I bet you
is.
there's a hair community too.
There truly is, yes. I think any little niche you find yourself in, there will be a community kind of follows it. And I guess upcoming markets, I've got, oh my gosh, the What Women Want.
Yes.
April.
Is that the spring one or
yes,
something?
Yes, it is.
Called?
Yeah, I think it's like April 5th and 6th or 6th and 7th. I'll have to double check that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have...
Arts Festival, are you doing that?
Oh, yes, Cathedral Arts. I'm doing that. As well as Bazaart.
Bazaart,
yes. The Mum Market. We have the Mum Market at the International Trade Center.
Oh.
They're there as well. And then we have one in Saskatoon.
Right.
The list goes on.
Yes. There's another one in Fort Capel coming up too, I just saw. I get excited about them. I honestly try and it's like a give and take. You're giving up your weekends.
Yes.
But if it's with a great group of people, it's okay. It doesn't feel like work.
Yes. And my little sibling often joins me as well. And
that's your sister?
Yeah, and they're so much fun.
You guys are always together. I never knew if she was a friend or a sister or what.
Yeah,
I like that. That's nice
so
that you have a relationship.
Jules actually non-binary. And so they go by they, them. Okay. Yeah, so little sibling, I say.
Your
just
sibling
as a little sibling. Yeah. And so they join me on a lot of little excursions. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. It's nice to have family with you as well.
Of course, sharing that together, I think you'll look back and be happy that you did that together.
Yeah, absolutely. We love it. Yeah.
So, you'd think that would be enough. Seriously. I can't believe that. So, I can't believe Aaron walks in here and he's like, do you mind if I share a little bit about an event that's going on? And he shows me what's going on. You guys, this is going to be cool. So, tell us all about your event coming up.
Okay, so I sort of dropped a little bomb on Kathy and told her that I do drag. And she got very excited.
Talked really quickly for a long time.
My drag name is actually Katie Harry. And I do the drag with the full beard, and I don't shave my body hair.
I like that. You like embrace you.
Absolutely. There's no rules in drag. That's the fun part. It's just another creative outlet. I tell people it's sort of like doing theater production, but just any day of the week. Or it's like having the joy of Halloween whenever you want it.
Yeah.
It's just you get to dress up, it's a production, it's a character. It's a full another side of myself that I get to express through it. And it's purely just an art form.
Can I tell you a funny story?
Yes, please.
So drag shows, I've always been a fan. The U of R has had a drag show since I was in university, and I would go every year with my friends. It was always fun. And I remember my brother turned 19, and he hadn't come out to me yet, but he knew I was going to be at the drag show that he was planning on going to at the U of R. So that's why he came out to me. It was before the event, so that I was like on the same page as him. And
amazing.
I just think that we as human beings need to be able to express ourselves however we want. If you want to jump from the rooftops screaming whatever, and that makes you feel wonderful, who am I to say no?
Absolutely, 100%. I actually just did a show at the U of R the other day. They had at the Owl.
Yes.
Yeah, they've revived the show.
They've revived
it. They brought it back. It's under new management now, so they are back and having a big old pride party there.
I think that we need more fun like that.
Absolutely.
There's never a better energy place than a drag queen show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's in a good mood.
The energy in the show is always electric. And people who go for the first time are kind of just shocked, and they're like, everybody just loves everybody. It's a good time.
Great music.
Great music. Everybody looks amazing.
Smells good.
Honestly, it's such a fun reason to get dressed up. Because, hello, here in Regina, how many opportunities do you have to get dressed up and have no limit, too? You will not be the most overdressed person in the room if you show up and you're just wearing something crazy obnoxious. You're fit in.
You're supposed to.
You'll fit in. But the best part is you can either dress up or you can fully dressed down, come in your PJs.
Totally.
We
Nobody's
don't care.
judging.
We don't care. We love it. We want you there. We want you just to enjoy yourself. It's a great time.
So this is another community you're a part of.
It really is.
Okay,
Yes.
so tell us about the show.
Okay.
You told me some fabulous people are showing up.
Yes. Okay, so June 15th.
June 15th, people.
June 15th at 8 p.m.
And did you say you had a little giveaway?
Yes, we do. We are going to give away some tickets as well.
So we'll figure out how to do that on the link below. We'll
Absolutely.
maybe figure out how to give a couple.
Yes.
So
the
cool.
show that I run is called The Sweet and Sticky Show. It's myself, Katie Harry, and my drag partner, Flamingo.
Flamingo.
Yes, and we run The Sweet and Sticky Show. We have actually for about 5 or 6 years now.
Oh, wow. Here in Regina.
In Regina. It used to be monthly. Obviously, the world shut down. We revamped a little. We kind of like, now we do it twice a year.
Twice a year.
We do one for Pride, and we do one for around Christmas, New Year's. And we either host it at the Exchange or at the Cure Kitchen and Bar.
Okay.
Yes.
So the Cure, if you guys aren't familiar, is on 12th, is it? Like right downtown by the bay? Or
Yes, it's right next to Vintage Vinyl.
Vintage Vinyl.
Yes.
Yes, I've been there. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little space. Like you walk in, you actually feel like you're in Vancouver when you're in
there's
that
like
place.
the little stage and then the
Yes,
booth.
they do live music, and it's just a wonderful venue. So we actually haven't announced it yet, but we're actually doing a brunch show there on June 16th.
Brunch!
Yeah, so it's not launched yet, but
Is there going to be unlimited
it'll be
bubbles?
There
should be.
Absolutely. Why not? So it'll be June 16th. It'll be a brunch show. It's amazing. That one actually is all ages because it is it's in the daytime, and so they have a restaurant license, right? So we can have it all ages. My best friend brings her little daughter. She calls it Uncle Aaron's Clown Show.
Oh, I love this!
Which we absolutely love. And then, so yeah, that'll be on June 16th, but the night before,
15th?
on the 15th, at the Exchange, which is just the coolest
Huge
venue.
venue.
Yeah, they host such an amazing shows there.
Very first show I ever saw in my life, I went there. I was 15 and I saw Propaganda.
Okay.
Like I'm dating myself.
Yeah, they do a lot of
Tons.
like indie shows, a lot of punk shows there. They're super inclusive, and like the management team have just been so good to us there.
Oh, good.
And so we're doing a show on the 15th of June, which is the Pride Saturday.
Okay.
And so it'll be 8 p.m. doors, 9 p.m. show.
And is it going to stay open all night?
And the show kind of wraps up around midnight.
Okay.
And then people usually clear out shortly after that. We do keep the DJ on for another hour for dancing. People want to kick
Nice.
around and drink some more. But in our experience, usually after the show ends,
Club.
people are like, what's next? Let's go. It's
Exactly.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
So,
Pride.
yeah, let's go. So, yeah, we have like a crazy lineup. It's actually one of the biggest shows we've ever done. I think it'll be actually the biggest show that night. We have 3 girls from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay, for those of you that you don't know, RuPaul has a TV show where contestants come on, they perform in drag, and they still, it's a platform for like the best drag artists of North America.
Yeah.
Like it's incredible.
Yeah.
So there come 3 people from that show.
3 people from RuPaul's, or I guess Canada's Drag Race, as they call it. It's the Canada edition, yes. So we have Pythia, who was actually born and raised in Saskatchewan here, in Regina, and she did her first show at Pride like 10 years ago, or maybe longer. She's phenomenal. She dresses up like elves and Grecian goddesses, and just it's
She has
amazing.
the whole thing going on.
Yes. From
so
Montreal, we have Oceana Aqua Black, who is just a phenomenal performer. She puts her whole heart and soul into it. And then we have the one more contestant from RuPaul's Drag Race, who is Chaos. Chaos is like immaculate, makeup, just live performances, does the kicks, the flips, the
Huge energy.
oh my gosh, the energy is wild. Yeah, it's incredible.
I need to come to this.
We'll get you tickets as well.
I am going
Absolutely.
to come. I cannot wait. There's something about Regina. We're so humble. And we don't even know some of the awesome things that are going on. So this is exactly the best place. I'm so happy you're sharing this.
It's a little hard to get the word out sometimes.
Guys, this is going to be epic.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm so excited to give away a couple of tickets. And then also, if you listen to this and you're like, hey, I want to go, we're actually going to give you a little discount code. You can use the code Katie, Katy, all cap locks, for 10% off.
You guys, I can't believe that you're doing this event. So sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. You can also find us on Facebook, and it's Sweet and Sticky. So it's almost like Sweet and Low with the N, right? So it's like Sweet and Sticky. So sweet, the letter N, sticky.
I will add, how about it to the actual description of this podcast or whatever we put it under, so that they can link to it.
Amazing.
I promise I'll make it easy for you.
We love that.
We love it. So how did you get to start doing that?
Oh, drag. In Vancouver, I kind of just ran in the circles. My ex was a drag queen. My best friend was a drag queen. It was just a lot of...
Osmosis?
Yeah, it kind of, I don't want to say it's contagious, but it's the energy and the vibe is contagious, but you just want to be up there, and I love attention. I love attention. So
hey, as long as you embrace it and fill that cup, what a beautiful thing.
Yeah, one of the reasons that actually forced me to do it is because I am petrified of being on stage. I'm terrified. I have such bad stage fright. I couldn't hold a microphone without wanting to just...
Really?
Yeah, I was shaking like a leaf on a tree. Oh my gosh. So I was like, well, what better way to face your fears than to just host a show right out of the gate? So I actually started drag, and then within 3 months, I had my own show.
You did not mess around.
I go...
Fully embraced it.
I'm all in, always. I collect hobbies. I collect these little artistic endeavors, but I'm an all or nothing kind of guy, and I love it.
I think that's the best way to be, especially... I get that you're from Vancouver, but I feel like in Vancouver, in the winter months, you have more mobility. You're going out. You can do more stuff. So I think coming here is the best place to have hobbies, because...
Absolutely.
Who the hell wants to go out when there's a week of minus 30, right? You need some
Honestly,
hobbies.
Yeah.
And I think you need actually more than one sometimes.
Yeah.
Because honestly, sometimes when I'm throwing some clay down and I'm not having any luck, I need to walk away.
Yeah.
And what better thing to then, I need to find a drag queen thing.
Honestly. And that's the thing, too, is a drag is really open to everybody. So whether you identify as straight, gay, bi, trans, lesbian, it doesn't matter. We just love inclusivity.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing that's so cool, is that with our show, we really try to sort of, bring a little taste of the whole rainbow. And we actually have the most inclusive show right now as well, because we have someone who's bi, someone who's gay, someone who's trans, someone who's black, two-spirit. You name it, we have it. The whole alphabet mafia is going to be there.
Representation
Absolutely.
means a lot.
Yes, it's amazing.
Thank you so much for bringing that sort of energy to the city. So what's your plan for the next 5-10 years?
Oh my gosh. I'm just taking it day by day. I really am. To be honest, I'm a little bit past expiry just being in Regina at the moment. I told myself I'd live here for 5 years. And it's now been 7.
Because it's so good.
Yes.
You can be a big fish in a small pond and feel like it's just as magical as in Vancouver, I bet.
Yeah. I'm just taking it day by day because I don't know what the future holds. I don't necessarily want to leave, but I don't necessarily see myself here, for the rest of my life. Right?
You never know.
You never know. I'm open to what the universe brings me. I love traveling. I would love to, be a little snowbird and go to Hawaii and be in the warmth of the warmth and the sun and the water and
For myself, so perspective, I was lucky. After I finished my education, I went and taught English in Korea. So I spent a year in Seoul.
Wow, okay.
So growing up in Regina, because that was my, I guess up northern BC with maybe similar vibe of being I want to live in a bigger city.
Yeah.
I just felt like I needed that. I felt like I was missing out on stuff. I didn't know what that stuff was, but I sure wanted to know what it was. So I did that. I jumped overseas, did that for a year, and then I missed the damn place.
Oh, yeah.
Because it gets in you, and it's there's something about the quietness, the open skies that draws you in. I don't know, and the simplicity of it.
That's right.
And as I get older, I appreciate it even more. I feel like if I hadn't had the experience of being in a bigger city in my early 20s, though, I would have wanted it.
Yeah.
Regardless. So I'm happy I filled that cup, because I do feel like the nightlife in Regina isn't the same as some bigger cities. But when you bring nightlife, like what you're talking about for Pride, we do then get these pockets of days in the
Oh,
summers, and like
absolutely.
these sort of things can bring that vibe to the city.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like bringing the big vibe here.
And that was just when I got here, I was like, oh wow, there's not much for this and there's not much for that, and then I was like, I think I'm just gonna create these things.
What?
Yeah, I'm just gonna create a little nightlife where I want it. I'm gonna create the little drag show where I want it. I
And
thought-
brunches where you want it.
and who doesn't love brunch?
It's true.
I love brunch.
I really love that there's people in this city that are doing these things, but I think the problem we find is we don't hear about it. So I really want to thank you, because I've been like, poking you for a while, being like, you're interesting, I want to talk to you. And you didn't want to shoot from the rooftop at first.
Right.
You're humble.
It's like a humble brag.
So I'm so happy that you're here now and you're going to shout from the rooftops these cool
Absolutely.
things that are going on, because I know that there's people that are listening right now that are excited about going to those types of things, or want to learn more, or need a new hairdresser, or
Yeah.
need somebody with good energy that they can relate to.
Absolutely.
So thank you for sharing what you're doing.
Thank you for having me.
And sharing that energy in Regina. We need more of it. And those of you, be inspired. Aaron thought, we don't have this here. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And was it embraced?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely was. And it doesn't take a lot. It just takes someone who's a mover and a shaker, And if you're not that person, go find that person.
And they can help.
Pitch an idea.
I love it. Listen, guys, the city is going to only be as awesome as we make it. And it's people like Aaron that are making a difference and a change. And I encourage you to think about maybe trying something out too. Wow. There we go. You guys can tell me to be quiet on my rooftop. Anyways, I appreciate each and every one of you listening today, and I hope that you all take care out there and have a wonderful day. Bye now.